So, and then you take a step back and you look at it and you go, oh, I was sacrificing my family a little too much for the sake of my business.
Welcome to the Bald Dad Business Club. I'm Desi, this is Casey, and this is a podcast for small business owners who are not just building a company, but they're building a life also. Hosted by two Midwestern bald dads, Desi Mayner, Casey Lambert. This show blends real world, I said it, real world in the trenches leadership, practical marketing, and some honest, real conversations from the trenches about running a business while raising a family. Shout out to all the girl dads out there. Welcome to the Bald Dad Business Club. Casey, what is good today?
Man, life's pretty good. I mean, there's a little shit, right? Always is, trying to balance chaos. We're coming into dance recital season. So with my Courtney teaching and our 6-year-old dancing, and now our 14-year-old son, Hudson, is actually stepping onto the dance stage for his first time this year. He's going to be ripping a guitar solo live during one of the dances, which is, and I tell you, dude, my Courtney is a phenomenal choreographer. Like I have been, no shame plug here, dude. I've been around dance my whole life. I was a dancer. I have always been a fan. Like even the most traditional of Russian ballets, like I will always be a fan.
Okay.
I watched a lot of Gregory Hines videos when I was younger. Greatest male tap dancer of all time. I watch every season of Dancing with the Stars. My Courtney's got me into So You Think You Can Dance and things like that. So seeing like the whole family come together to build on that it's going to be epic. And I actually have been I've been directing one studio show for coming up. I think this is my 12th year with them. So it's a big important piece, and we prepare super hard for it. We still got to get one more pair of tights and one black leotard, and then I think I think we're prepped and ready with that. So also we had the kids incubate their first batch of chickens. So not only am I a girl dad, but I got a whole ass flock in the backyard, and it was so cool to see how excited the girls were watching the babies pop out, and they're 4 days old at this point.
Yeah, my 6-year-old, by her first grader, they're doing the exact thing in school.
Oh, how cool, man!
Yeah, which is awesome.
Well, hey, if they got to dump the birds off someplace, I know somebody who could use a few more hens.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know this, but I was a theater minor in college.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Communications and theater minor.
Which is funny because, dude, like some of the things whenever I speak to high schoolers and middle schoolers, and they always want to know about like the strength world records and like, what did you eat and how long you been doing this? And there's always that one kid who just like quietly pops up and is like, what did you do in high school that like made you this way? And they always shit their pants when I'm like, musical theater. And of course, all the theater kids go ape shit over it, which as they should. Yeah. But like it's such a cool way to communicate with people. For sure. So, performance, I think, is a huge part of life. And no matter what you do, and us as girl dads, like how many Frozen concerts have you had in your living room?
Dude, I just did my something good is I went to the daddy-daughter dance, man.
Oh,
we did ties and tiaras, and like, dude, it's so crazy. We talk about these performances, like, so it's like a flashback to like high school or middle school, man. Mm-hmm. It's like the same guys who didn't dance then are not dancing now. It's just like, times 10. Right. So I'm like, come on, boys, you're embarrassing yourselves. Let's go. It's fine. You're here for your daughter, dude.
Like you were probably the one who lit up the dance floor at homecoming, weren't you?
Oh man, I'm just out there just
that's my dude. That's my dude.
Like an idiot for sure, but I got two of them, right? So I'm twisting Natalie and Harper like crazy. It's just Harper's like, "Will you flip me?" And I'm like, "I mean, yeah, sure, let's do it." Right?
Oh my gosh, when I got home this afternoon, I had to pull kind of a quick switch, but the girl, we have like this big beanbag, And to anybody new to the show who doesn't know us, like I also dabble as a professional wrestler. So like, A, he real strong, and B, I know how to throw people. And so our living room is maybe 15 feet wide, and we have a beanbag in the corner. And I mean, I will huck those girls across the room onto the beanbag, and they just pop up and keep wanting more. And it's like any girl dads out there, boy dads, anything, be rough with your kids, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like there's so many studies out there that talk about, being rough with your kids, and especially as a dad, it's important. It teaches them, safety. It teaches them how to be body conscious. There's so many benefits, dude. Go be rough with your kids. Go freaking out in the yard and get dirty and nasty with them, man. Just like be a dad, Yeah. That's so cool to hear though.
Casey, I want to back up for a second, and I want to say because people ask me this all the time. Why do you start meetings like that? Like that, because we say, like, tell me something good, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that a long time ago from a business mentor that started every meeting like that in his, multiple 9-figure business over a course of 30 years that he ran. And he's like, Desi, it's real simple. If not, then people think that the only reason we're here is to make me money. Right. And it's like, that's not right. So it's like, as much as I want to hear what they have to say about what's good in their life. And what I learned is a lot of times there's not a whole lot of good in there that they can think of. Right. So then I help them build the habit of positivity and optimism. And like, why the heck are we even here in the beginning at all without, talking about something good in our lives? And also you build a relationship. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much good came out of that one question. So that's why we start it like that, man, because it gets us rolling, it gets you rolling. It gets us thinking positively and optimistically, and reminds us why the heck we're even working in the first place, man.
Amen, dude. And it's like, it relates so much to business and family. And, since today we're talking about how to build a business without losing your family, there's just as much as you sometimes walk into work and the second you open the door of the truck or the second you pop your laptop up, it's just a shit storm. That same thing can happen to you at home. You get home from work and you open up your truck door or you open up the front door and your wife is just on your ass. Your kids want this and that. You got to get homework done. You got to drive them to softball practice. Like you can get hit with those storms really, really quickly. Oh, yeah. And if you don't have the ability, like you said, to stop and realize that as the man, you're the leader of the family, your energy influences everything that goes on around you. And like there was a time recently, like Courtney and I were not doing good. And I had to take a step back and realize that was my energy that I was bringing into the home that was causing her to feel the same way she was. And that was causing the kids to have the types of emotional outbursts that they were having. So, and then you take a step back and you look at it and you go, oh, I was sacrificing my family a little too much for the sake of my business. And like, dude, that's going to happen to you so many times through life. So having these skills that we're talking about, these real world situations to look at and go, you know what? No, that's happened to other men before. That's happened to other people. Here's how we like to address it. And that was such a beautiful way that you explained it, why we talk about those things before we start meetings, or in this case, before we start our podcast. Because man, God gave us a beautiful, beautiful life to live. We just got to go live it.
Yeah. I think that, this kind of thing, these skills, this concept of, it's not even a concept, this system of building a business without losing your family. Like these are the things that will separate you from the make more, grind harder, hustle, hustle bro, grind, whatever, this is where, your identity is not caught up in your business. If it is, you're wrong. You know, and in case you started touching on that, but your grind and your hustle and your passion towards growth, it's probably created a prison for you.
Mm-hmm.
And prison may be a strong word, but not so much actually.
Yeah.
A lot of times, strong big guys like us don't like the word victim, but the business maybe you're or heading in the direction of the business being your own prison. And that's the opposite of what you want to build happen. Like you've done some things wrong. Good news is that you can do a whole lot of things right. And one of those things is building leaders in your business that aren't you, right? Like you can be in control of everything. That doesn't mean that you have to physically do it all. Right? You can push things down the chain of command, right? And you can do so by learning the skill of recruiting, interviewing, hiring, onboarding, and training. Those are skills, right? By the way, those are also not in any MBA or business school. And it's going to be different for every industry. It's going to be different for every business, even within said industry. So there's some like really good, strong principles that, we'll absolutely talk about. But like, if you are the business, like you don't have a business, you have a prison of a job. And that's what you have. And sometimes, hey, like that's okay. That's what you meant for. Right. Like I already know like this, I want to be the one coaching because this is what I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like, I know that I'm my job. I'm the talent and that's fine. I have a support staff underneath me that does pretty much everything else so that I can do the thing that I'm really good at and the thing that I love the most, which is making content and working with small teams and one-on-one coaching clients, whether that be the owner, the manager, the leader. That's what I love to do. So you got to find that for you and figure out like, what the heck do I do with all the other stuff?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
that's super important.
You mentioned like hustle bro culture, and
that's what I was trying to say. Hustle bro culture.
Yeah, and we all know. Everybody who's listening to this absolutely knows exactly what we're talking about. The guys who are just saying, no, just shut up and work harder, put in more time, put in more effort. But like I'm here to tell you, as somebody who's lived that in multiple iterations, dude, like it is such a bad idea. Because we ultimately think this, the old adage goes, money can't buy you happiness. Like money can make me pretty happy, man. Right. Having enough money to take my family to Hawaii, let's say, like that make me pretty happy. But you have to look at it in the abstract of what you're giving up. Right. Money doesn't always mean that makes you rich. Like, and what is it worth if you're always distracted, fried, or like my absolute worst fear as a father, you're absent. And you talked last episode about like you have a non-negotiable. You're not missing any of your daughter's games.
Yeah, 100%.
That's I'm not doing it. So by setting those boundaries, you are already starting to experience success beyond money. And in order to do that, like you said, you have to be able to empower the people around you. And I have a really great example of this. Where Desi and I end up coming together in our worlds as an orthodontic office. And it's a very large operation. So we both have teams underneath of us there. I operate very much in a solo capacity in the marketing world and in that aspect. And, I came into
Right. Hmm. Yeah, right. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. It does. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, there's so much there, but like even my aspect, like there's a 2 week test. It's like, you have to pretend that you're gone for 2 weeks. So like, hey, you died, right? And your business can't die with you. So how are you going to do that? One of the biggest tactics that I like, I'm a playbook guy. It's one of the things I do in my leadership consulting is like yeah, right. Like everything's got a playbook, man. I would say like if you're one of these people, if you're one of these business owners, and you've actually accidentally built a business that owns you, one of the ways to start to flip that around is just to start writing everything down. Like literally, I don't even care if you dictate it into AI, if you have somebody follow you around, if you put it into a dictaphone and then put it into AI, if you literally type, isn't that what it's called? No. I was thinking of Suits with Lewis. Hey, I just finished watching Suits, like the whole whatever 27 seasons or whatever there is, and I was thinking of Lewis Litt with his dictaphone. Yeah. So, but anyways, I don't care if you handwrite them on the back of a freaking 2x4, right? But start to write all of those things down, right? Because here's one of the first things I do when I come into a place. I literally mine all the information out of the owner operator set. So first thing I do, and I just turn on Chat GPT and let them talk. And then I go, all right, how about this? And they're like, nope, change this, 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 and this. And I'm like, all right, how about this? That's the number one thing I do. You can do that on your own, right? Now I know most of you won't, which is why we're here, is telling you to do it, right? So do that. Just start to write stuff down, right? How do you handle an angry customer? How do you write up a job order? How do you do all of the things, man? Just and you look, it's cool because you start with one, and guess what? That's how you do it, which means that's how you wrote it down, which means that's how you can train someone else to do it and then coach them up on that, hold them accountable to that. And then guess what? It's like you're there doing it. So you've basically replicated yourself. How? Just by starting by writing down the checklist you use to make sure you got all your equipment, right? For whatever it is that you're doing. So that's a super easy tactical way. Like you can do that today. Easy. Pick one little thing that you do and just write it down. 100%. Yeah. They are working Google Doc for a reason. Mm-hmm. Yeah, his personnel. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Hmm. No. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Life skills. Yeah. When a girl's actually looking for husband material. Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah. Yeah. But bam. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And I talk about like pulling this information out of the owners or the operators and the leaders to write playbooks. It's crazy. It's like a visceral um, relief, I think is the best word for it, because like like it's like they have less on their brain all of a sudden, right? And that's then they don't have to take that home because they were just remembering it, but they didn't even notice that they were like spending time remembering it, right? But like it's less stress at home because I know I have these things written down, right? It's like I was a teacher for 10 years. It's like you got your lesson plan written down because you know you're not going to be there the next day. Versus a lot of you business owners, it would take you a week to prep for your 4-person team to be gone for a day, right? And it's like, man, the stress that you're bringing home from that is not good, right? And if you're doing that poorly at work, what about at home, right? I bet you your family is getting sloppy seconds. I bet you they're getting leftovers. I bet you they're getting barely leftovers. They're getting like cold 7-day pizza leftovers. Yeah, no. Hmm. Yeah. Yep. Hmm. Sure. Right. Yes. Yeah. You call it. Yeah, for sure. And look, guys, it's right in the playbooks. It's learning some basic principles of delegation, which I'm sure we'll dive into. But like it's delegation all about trust. And the only way to build trust is to have a playbook down to get a clear expectation so that you can train it and you can coach it until you feel confident and you trust in their skill and you trust in their character. Like, that's all good delegation is. Yes, it's going to take some time up front, but then it will save you 10x that time on the back end, right? And so it's like, how you write it down, you create a really good, clear expectation that's also written down, and then you start to train the right people so that you trust. I mean, and trust character. You got to just hire good people, right, that align with you. And all of that is going to combine into you have less stress at work. Your people don't need you as much, which leads to the whole point of how to build a business, not just survive a business, while also having that family and not losing it, right? It's how to be present when and not having to check your phone when you're coaching the kids' softball game. Right. And I mean, that's what it looks like. Like, I love it when I get to go coach because I put my phone away or I leave it in the damn truck and I go, I don't care. Right? I guess someone can literally come get me if something is that bad. Right. And I'm like, I haven't met too many playbook issues that need to be fixed at 7:30 p.m. on a Thursday night. Right. It's like, usually that's the branch of the problem tree. We need to talk about the root, which is you not writing anything down to begin with. And like, look, there's not time. Okay. Like, there's no time. There's never, everyone's busy, right? This is a priority thing. Like, you have to make the time or you will just get worse. Like, it's not going to, well, I'll go to the gym when I get in shape. Like, it's the opposite of that. You go to the gym to get in shape, right? It's like, look around at the gym, whatever gym you go to. It's usually just a bunch of people struggling through stuff. I'm like, I'm just a bald dad trying to focus on longevity. Right? So it's like things aren't going to slow down. You don't even want them to slow down if you're a business owner. Right? So like, you have to protect like what's important. Right? Well, I can tell you what's important, and it's not having your business be your prison, and then you go home, and you kick the dog and you take a nap and you drink 4 beers. Like, no, that is not why you were built. Right. We need more out of you. Right. And that more is just some intentionality and focus on start writing stuff down. Right. Hire someone that you trust, their character. Right. I'm always saying, like, oh, I need to trust you with my wife and my wallet. If I trust you with my wife and my wallet, like, we're good. I can teach you a skill. Hey, have a powerful day. Go write down your first playbook and write down your core values and just start freaking living them, man. Go be powerful.